Oftentimes, the word influence and manipulation get thrown around interchangeably. In this short video, you will see how influence and manipulation compare and contrast. Let's start by defining the two terms. Influence is the process of getting someone else to want to do, react, think, or believe the way you want them to, whereas manipulation is defined as exerting devious influence over a person for your own advantage. As you can see, these definitions might sound very similar on the first look, but the difference becomes eminent as you pay more attention. Psychological manipulation is a type of social influence that aims to change the behavior or perception of others through indirect, deceptive, or underhanded tactics. By advancing the interest of the manipulator, often at another's expense, such methods could be considered exploitative and devious. This means that the person being manipulated is losing something while gaining nothing, whereas the manipulator is gaining something and potentially losing nothing. Now, social influence as a whole, on the other hand, is not necessarily negative. The definition implies towards social, political, or economic power, and power is neither good nor bad. But how someone uses that power is what matters. For example, people such as friends, family, and doctors try to persuade each other to change clearly unhelpful habits and behaviors. Social influence is generally perceived to be harmless when it respects the right of the influence to accept or reject it, and is not unduly coercive. But depending on the context and motivations, it may constitute underhanded manipulation. If such is the case, however, the influence is not for long term, mainly because the more the manipulator scales it, the easier it becomes to expose the con. And when the tables are turned, the consequences can be dangerous. The penny stock scam of 1999 related to Jordan Belfort, commonly known as the Wolf of Wall Street, is a good example of this kind of influence. Now, the better kind of social influence focuses on value creation. It is scaled almost effortlessly and lasts longer. If such influence is based on what author Stephen Covey calls timeless principles, it may last till the end of time. Now, value creation generally means creating something that has some sort of value in our human society. This is true for business, social dynamics, and even raising children. In marketing, value can be expressed as a straightforward relationship between perceived benefits and perceived costs. The basic underlying concept of value is human needs. These needs may include food, shelter, belonging, love, and self expression. Both culture and individual personality shape human needs in what is known as wants. The four main types of value include functional value, monetary value, social value, and psychological value. Now, the longevity of each type of influence mainly depends on the actual value and not the perceived value. You can convince people that your product is much more valuable or your cause is much more important than they actually are. But as time goes on, people will find out that the product wasn't that good, or the cause had some unforeseen consequences. However, if the perceived value matches the actual value, the influence will last longer. The product or service will deliver on the promise. The cause or message will stand the test of time and deliver some kind of prosperity. This is the kind of influence that has produced all the good things that we as a civilization enjoy today.